Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a Friday with Shabooty and George. I'm understanding you're in the middle of the Stranger Things finale.
I am. I am. I have 29 minutes left and I watched it this week and
Hmm.
it was crazy, right? It was crazy. A lot of answered questions, a lot of craziness. And I was watching so I'm not done with the finale, so I don't know if anyone dies. Like I,
Hmm.
I know what happened, but because I was thinking like, oh, this is the last episode ever, they're gonna kill a bunch of people because a lot of series does that. And they
Yeah.
toyed with us a little bit, right? Like remember when
With
they're
11, right?
yeah, yeah. So they toyed with us a little bit, and every
Hmm.
now and then it looked like a main character was gonna get killed, but then they didn't. So like I said, I gotta watch till the end because where I am now, it looks like 11 is dead, right? But I have not
Yeah.
finished, so I
Yeah, like I'm not gonna talk about something, but there's something that we'll talk about once you finish the whole show.
yeah,
But
I was really, really, really trying to do it and be done so we could talk about it today, but it's been a
yeah.
crazy week. It's been insanity, and
Hmm.
my bae's been here all week, and we just kind of forgot about the rest of the world. I've been booed up, and I'm happy. So, I
Yeah.
forgot about everything. So I should have watched this already, but I'm
True.
behind.
True. Yeah, and then we'll have to do like a full like Stranger Things like podcast or something or whatever. The next podcast we could talk about it. But overall, like as far as like was I happy or unhappy with the finale? Like I was kind of unhappy, but then well, tell me if this. Do you think this could have ruined my experience? Because like when I watched it, it was the night it came out, but then like I watched like half of it, and then at that point it's probably like 3 a.m. or something, and then at that point I like went to bed, and then I watched the second half like the next day. I feel like that might have ruined it a little bit in the sense of like, you know what I mean? Because it was like I was having a good time, but then I had to go to bed because I was tired.
I did not watch it all in one day.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that deters from the experience. Like I watched it over the course of several days. So,
You watched the finale over the several days?
oh no, the finale I started
Yeah.
this morning and then
Hmm.
I'm gonna finish it tonight. But like I mean the second because the new episode came out on Christmas. I didn't
Yeah.
start them until the person I wanted to see the episodes with came here. So
Hmm.
and then we didn't like watch every episode straight through. Like we would stop and order DoorDash and we would stop and eat and So I don't
Hmm.
know if I ruined it for myself by not like watching it in one sitting because some people say that does deter from the experience. But I still found the last season to be pretty good. Like it answered a
Hmm.
lot of questions. It I feel like it lived up to the hype.
Yeah. Well, you still have like 30 minutes. So,
Yeah, but how much can really change in 30 minutes? Are you saying that there's a lot going to change in 30 minutes from what I already said?
okay, I mean, I'm not gonna get into like specifics, but like I will say like the whole epilogue, I feel like it kind of dragged on a little bit too long, the epilogue.
Okay. You mean like the aftermath?
Yeah, like the last hour where it's like, them after all this shit happened.
Well, yeah, after they killed Vecna and
Mhm.
the little spider-looking scorpion dude, like I didn't see the purpose of the rest of this. Like what I'm watching now,
Hmm.
I was like, I don't know. I feel like we could have did without this. Like I know they wanted us to see them living
Hmm.
life as normal after this,
Yeah.
but you're right. An hour of it is a little overkill.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like at the most, like 30 minutes epilogue, but the whole hour. And then it's funny too. This isn't related to the epilogue, but like somebody, I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody recorded. Well, you know how the scene where I forget, I already forgot the dude's name, but the dude that comes out is like gay. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I think his name is Will.
Yeah, Will, I think so. Somebody like timed the Will coming out as gay scene, like the time, and then like with a stopwatch, and then they timed the like when they're battling like Vecna and the spider thing, and they said like the Will coming out scene was like 10 seconds longer than the fight scene of like killing Vecna.
Really?
I don't know if that's true, but
I
if
don't
that
know
is,
either because it did seem like a long scene because Elle
mhm,
on the side of the guy killing Vecna and they were on the outside of the guy. Damn, I would have to go back and see, but I mean, it could be.
mhm,
I think that guy's name is Noah Schnapp in real life, and I think
yeah.
he's gay in real life.
Oh, I don't know if he is or not.
I thought he was. I could have swore he came out. Hold on. Before we proceed, let me
Yeah,
let me Google that just to make 100% sure
yeah. I don't want to
not
call him gay if he's not.
that I'm, appropriating someone's sexual orientation.
We're only allowed to do that to like
Yeah,
90 day.
Stranger Things star Noah Schnapp is gay and publicly came out in early of 2023. So yeah,
Uh,
this is art imitates life. So
okay.
he came out in 2023 and I'm assuming the producers went on and wrote it into the show and it kind of, his character became him. It's
Hmm.
because now he's gay and his character is also gay.
Okay. That's news to me.
Oh,
Um,
well, I watch and I follow along with a lot of the cast members. I saw a few cast members out here in Florida at the theme parks, and I've seen
oh
them.
yeah, you've
Yeah,
seen Millie Bobby Brown.
yeah, I've seen Millie and her husband, the Bon Jovi kid. I've seen them around here, and I think I saw not Noah, but the other guy, the curly haired guy. I've seen him out here too. So they
Hmm.
like to come out here on the off season when they weren't filming and ride coasters and shit.
I remember the in real life 11 story.
Yeah, wasn't that crazy? She was so rude. Wasn't that insane?
Yeah, she was acting like she was Jasmine or something.
Yeah, she basically was like, "Do you know who I am? I am 11 from Stranger Things. Like, you don't even have the right to look at me." Like, she was like insanely rude.
Yeah, true.
Even,
So,
even to children. Like, she was so rude.
yeah, just being a big shot. Well, now the internet's tearing her a new asshole with all the. Oh, we got to talk about like her like Botox ass face so that she couldn't really like do facial expressions.
Oh, yeah, this season. And I don't know if it was like part of her character, like if they wanted her face to look like that or not. But yeah, this season, her face was very stiff. And
Hmm.
she looked a lot almost robotic this season. Like she was like an animatronic. Like it was really
Hmm.
interesting. I didn't know what they were going for, if that's what she looks like in real life. I haven't seen her lately. So, I don't know if that's just the look she was going for or if they wanted her to look like that. I don't know what the deal was.
Yeah, like I didn't really like pay too much attention to it like while I was watching the last season, but then the last episode was before the last finale. That's when all the memes of her face, frozen face, were all viral. So then at that point, it was like I was paying attention. I was like looking out for it, and then when I was watching the finale, like and she wasn't moving her face, I was just like jarred by it.
Yeah, once someone points it out, you just can never unsee it. Right?
Hmm.
Like once you notice it, after someone says it, it's the only thing you see. So yeah, I saw those two and I did notice. And I had to be very careful because I would go online and people would be discussing because on Christmas it was trending. Stranger Things was trending. So I had to stay off of the internet on Christmas. And
Hmm.
I'll go on Twitter to live tweet my favorite shows and stuff, but I had to be very careful of what I, looked at because everyone was always talking about the finale. And I'm like,
Hmm.
no, 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 don't ruin this for me. I'm trying to be a good person and save it for my person to watch it. So I was like, don't ruin this for me. Of all the things in
Yeah.
the world, don't take this away from me.
Yeah, no, I was trying to avoid Twitter, and then I think I didn't see like major spoilers, but I saw some thematic spoilers that were still kind of annoying. But anyway, yeah, it's impossible to look at Twitter and not get something spoiled.
Yeah, Instagram too. People don't know how to enjoy something and keep it to themselves. People feel like they have
Hmm.
to tell the
Oh, and then this is totally like random and not part of the topics list, but like, what do you think the whole controversy with like Twitter, where now like women will post like a photo and then under it they'll be like, "Grok, put her in a bikini or something." Have you seen all those on Twitter?
Yeah, I have seen those. And they'll say remove this from the photo
Hmm.
or take this really serious photo and make them do something really silly or stupid. I don't know. I've noticed that it's like a new trend and I've also seen it on Facebook.
Hmm.
I don't know if people still use Facebook, but every now and then I go on there because I have a like page. So I noticed that that's like a new trend where people are taking photos and they want
Hmm.
like it'll be like a wedding picture where they're like, oh, but they're on the beach. They're like, oh, put them in front of Disneyland's castle, or like they wanted something different. And some of them are actually really funny, like
Hmm.
the way they take people out, or they took like a guy and his girlfriend and they replaced the girlfriend with like a Chihuahua, but it was like a
Hmm.
sized Chihuahua. Like some of them are actually hilarious, but I think AI is getting
Hmm.
out of control And
Yeah.
I'm sick of people posting AI as real content and not saying, hey, this is AI. That shit's getting annoying.
Yeah, I think and not to get into whatever talk, we'll change the subject quickly. Don't worry, folks. But I think I read like the allegedly this, I don't know if it's like a CEO of like OpenAI, they donated like 25 million to like the Trump like fund, like like a PAC fund for like re-election campaign type shit for the
I'm
midterms. So they donated 25 million to the Trump thing so that way Trump doesn't
I'm
regulate
really
their
I'm
AI.
really confused because I don't watch the news and I'm not a political human being, but Trump has been president twice already. Isn't there like a cap on
No, well, for like mid, I think for like mid, again, this is getting down the road of politics, but it go for the midterms next year.
what does that
So,
do with Trump though? Because he
well, it has to do with like keeping the Congress, like they want to keep the Congress Republican controlled.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know enough about politics to understand. So, because I
Sure.
was like, he can't win again. So, like, what would the money be used for? Oh, so the money is to keep
Keep,
control of Congress in the hands of the Republicans. Okay, so I
yeah. True. I know last before the 90 days episode, I had two minor quick like political comments, and then I think we had there was a commenter on like Spotify that wasn't thrilled. So I guess we should move on from politics.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people really dislike that. And I hate to tell people I don't know enough about it to hold a decent, like intelligent conversation anyway, so we shouldn't. Because I literally don't know. I try to stay
Mm.
as far away from it as possible.
True. All right, let's look at the topics list. Um, let's see. Okay, so we talked about Stranger Things. We'll get more into it once George finishes his last 30 minutes. I guess you want to go to the big story of the week?
What's the big story of the week?
It was the Liz DUI.
Oh, so I saw that, but like I was reading it and it didn't
Hmm.
say that it happened recently. So
Yeah, it happened like last January.
how did that go under the rug? Because I'm a little confused because that's like
Hmm.
a year ago, right? How
Yeah, I don't know how it went under the radar. Like, but but I guess like what as far as what made people look for it was I guess like she told somebody at her bar that she had a DUI, and then like I guess they posted on Reddit, and then people started searching for it.
Oh, well, that's her fault. We never would have known if she wouldn't have said anything. Because, like, literally, I had no idea. It didn't pop
Hmm.
up everywhere. Like, Veronica and Seth got into an argument and it was everywhere. And then
Hmm.
she did this and it was nowhere.
Like well, two things that come to mind. One thing is though was like her, so like for whatever reason, like when she's billed or named or whatever, like on 90 Fiance or whatever. I mean, I already knew this, but like when she's mentioned on 90 Fiance, like they say her name is like Liz Woods, plural, but that's actually incorrect. Like her real name is like Liz Wood, like singular. So maybe that's one reason where people were searching for like Liz Woods, but they didn't search like Elizabeth Wood because that's her real name.
Wait, so she purposely has them bill her name incorrectly so she is not searchable. Because you're right, if you add that extra letter to a search, it's only going to give you the results for those particular letters. Woods.
Mhm.
So if would
Yeah.
to come up, it wouldn't include that because it doesn't match the criteria. That's actually genius.
Yeah. So that's one thing. But then um there was one person that DM me, they said like because they live in Washington and they say that they said they like heard about this story last January about like a wrong, I forget what it's called when you drive down the wrong way of a freeway. They heard the story of the drunk person driving down the wrong way of the highway, but they didn't know it was Liz. But like the locals, it was like a local story that people heard about. They just no one knew that it was Liz that was about her.
I'm so
So it was out there like locally the story. It just no one knew it was Liz from 90 Day Fiance.
drive down the wrong way of the highway.
Mhm.
That's what happened.
Yeah, did you read the whole thing or no? I'll probably have to read. I could read it to you. It's pretty long, but
When I was reading it, I
Mhm.
was in an airport, so like
Mhm.
walking and so can we read the story? Because now I'm a little curious because I didn't know the particular details of the story.
Yeah, it's pretty long, but well, yeah, well, I could what I could do is like I'll read a
Summarize.
paragraph. We could stop and you comment, and then I'll keep going through each paragraph that way. But it's
Yes.
pretty long, yeah, and yeah, that's pretty when you're drunk and driving down the wrong side of the highway. That's pretty serious. Um,
I mean, yeah, because I know people that are drunk and they drive and they're still on the right side of the road and in their lane, they're just super drunk. But like if you're on the wrong side of the highway, that's pretty serious.
yeah. So okay, let's see. Let me pull it up. Again, this is pretty long, but let me give me a second. Oh, and then actually before I get into it, before I read them, um, I want to say like someone I actually knew there was one blogger page that like posted it, but I actually knew about it like a day as far as the actual like text of the police report. Like I actually had it in my hands like a day before the first blogger page posted it, and then I was kind of keeping it quiet. And then once that blogger page posted it, and then another blogger page posted it, then I finally posted it. But I was gonna keep it quiet, but then it like blew up. I actually was gonna talk about it on here if it wasn't already out there, but
Wait, so you had the information and you sat on it. So you were not the first person to post it because you're normally the first person to.
you know, no, yeah, I could have been the first person to post it, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait and hold on to it. So yeah, then another page posted, then I posted it, but I had all the police
Was
report like a day
there a
before.
was there a specific reason why you held on to it and didn't post it first?
I think I'm not gonna lie, like when the pod when which is Friday is today is the podcast, I would have probably like spilled the tea on the podcast. So I was kind of holding it for the podcast, but then it kind of came out and I was like, oh well. And then that was part of it. And then at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if you read my caption, but I was like, oh, here's my one final courtesy. I didn't post it until another blogger posted it.
So were you trying to stay like loyal to Liz? Is that what you were like? Is that an
I
in-
think you know how it is, man. Like for firsthand, like your bestie, if there's something out there that she doesn't like, she'll put a pressure campaign on people to not post things. So it was just one. I'm not speaking, but anyway, it's like it's one of the situations. Like you know what, I'm just gonna like avoid pressure campaigns and like not be the first to post it. That was my logic.
that's always been my logic. When it comes to certain people, I will purposely not be the story breaker,
Hmm.
but I will be the story echoer. So,
Yeah.
like for instance, I knew Jasmine was pregnant like a month before we broke it. And I was like, I'm not gonna break it. I'm not gonna be the breaker. I'm not gonna be the breaker. And then I was scouring Reddit and I saw that somebody saw her walking with her dog and saw that she was pregnant. And I was like, let's do it. This is go time. We're gonna go. I don't like to be the breaker of certain things because of how I get
Hmm.
the information, or particularly sometimes how I feel about the person, right? Like sometimes I
Hmm.
have like a personal friendship with the person, so I'll wait until another place on
Hmm.
does it first, and then I'll echo it. And usually, if you or I break a story, it's going to get a little more attention because people look for that. So
Hmm.
we're still going to get the glory regardless, because no offense to the other sites, they don't get the traction
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
we
like if I really wanted to like sensationalize it, like for example, when I posted it, I didn't even like include her photo and I didn't put like a big headline like Liz DUI exclusive. Like I could you normally when I drop hot tea like that, like I really could like jazz it up in terms of the post visually and all that stuff. Is so like yeah, I was like, I'm gonna post the police report after another blogger already spilled it, but I was sitting on it for like a day before any other blogger. But anyway, yeah, I guess I should let me get read in. You want me ready to just read into it now?
Well, yeah, I want to hear some details. So, was she in Washington State? Was she in San Diego? Like, I want to hear some details.
Yeah, she was in Washington State, wherever Snohomish County is.
I've
Um
never heard of it. I'm assuming it's middle of nowhere.
okay, all right. It's pretty all right. So there's like several paragraphs of everything. So I'll read a paragraph and then stop if you want to say something, and then I'll just keep and then we'll go through it that way. So it's pretty long. This is gonna be a long segment. So okay, let's see. Give me a second. Okay. So this is me reading like a police report. So it's from the standpoint of I'm assuming the arresting officer, but let me just see if I could like skip ahead. Okay, okay. All right. this is written by by a police officer. So, okay, here he goes. Oh, okay. I'll just read a little bit, then I'll stop. And if you want to jump in, then I'll read again. Okay. On January 10th, 2025, at approximately uh, whatever 0115 hours is, Washington State Patrol Dispatch advised that they had received reports of a wrong way vehicle. The vehicle was described to be white in color and to be driving northbound in the southbound toll lane on the I-405 near milepost 25. The vehicle was then described to have pulled over on the left shoulder with its hazards activated. I am on scene and observed the vehicle on the left shoulder facing northbound near milepost 26. The vehicle was a white Ford Fusion bearing Washington registration. The vehicle was registered to a Wood Elizabeth M out of Linwood. Here, let me read one more paragraph and then you can interject if you want. I observed a female in the driver's seat who appeared to be looking for something. I walked over to the passenger side and she exited the vehicle. The driver was later identified by her Washington state license as Wood Elizabeth, DOB, blah, blah, blah. Wood walked over to the passenger side and said, quote, I can't get my fucking tire fixed right now. End quote. I observed a strong odor of intoxicants to be emanating from her person, and she spoke in a slurred manner. Wood was not wearing any shoes or socks. I observed the vehicle's right front wheel to be damaged and completely flat. I asked Wood how much she had to drink. She stated that she drank, quote, 2.5 drinks. I advised Wood our contact was being radio and video recorded. I asked Wood for a license. She began to look for it in the vehicle and had a difficult time locating it. Once she located it, I observed her to have a difficult time with her finger dexterity as she attempted to take it out of her card holder. I observed the driver's seat to be close to the steering wheel, which matched where it would be for Wood's stature. I can attest that Liz is petite. Liz retrieved her phone from her vehicle and had music playing out loud. She only turned it off after I told her to. Do you want to interject or should I just keep going for now?
You can keep going for now.
Okay. All right, let's see. The next, I asked instead of Wood, I'll just say Liz. I asked Liz if she realized that she had been driving wrong way on the freeway. She stated that she had not been the one driving. She stated her friend had been with her, but she had left. I asked her what her friend's name was. Liz began to say Eli, but stopped herself and hesitated. It sounded as if she was going to say her own name, aka Elizabeth, but she stopped herself. Liz stated her friend's name was Sarah. She stated, "I'm Elizabeth. My friend is Sarah." She left, and then I pulled over to the side. My tire broke down right now. End quote. I told her that someone had seen her on in the driver's seat. She stated, "Because, quote, because I pulled over and moved over here." Yeah. Okay, that's the first page. There's two more pages.
Oh, wait. So there's an invisible friend named Sarah that was driving.
Hmm.
No one else saw, including the police officer.
Hmm.
And she also was gonna say that Elizabeth was driving as though she didn't realize that she was Elizabeth.
And also, like the seat was pushed all the way to the front. Liz is like real short, so like it would make sense that the seat's pushed all the way to the front.
Yeah, and the tire was flat and damaged.
And she was driving down the wrong ways down the freeway. Okay,
So
ready for
yeah,
more?
okay, I'm ready.
It gets way juicier. Okay. Um, Liz stated her friend had left the vehicle in the roadway and left, so she moved the vehicle onto the shoulder. I asked her where she had gone. She stated she had left in a vehicle with her friend. I asked her how long ago her friend had left. She stated like 45 minutes ago. I told her that she had not been there for 45 minutes because someone had called her in driving. I asked Liz if she would be willing to do voluntary field sobriety tests. She stated 100%. I asked her what time her last drink was. She stated about an hour and a half ago. She stated she began drinking around 8 p.m. and had drank a total of 3 drinks, some of which included whiskey. I asked Liz if she wore contacts or glasses. She stated that she was wearing her glasses when she was driving, but she had taken them off when she pulled over. Liz stated that she had not had any recent head trauma, was not diabetic or epileptic, and did not have anything physically wrong with her body that would prevent her from walking in a straight line or stand on one foot. Liz stated that she was attempting to work on her flat tire, which was beyond repair. Liz began to cry and began to explain that she was trying to pull over. I asked her again if she would be willing to do voluntary field sobriety test. She stated, quote, "It may fuck me over, but yeah." Liz attempted the field sobriety test without shoes, as the only other shoes she had were high heels. Um, then it goes on to say, I explained the instructions. Liz stated she understood. She observed I observed 6 of 6 clues with vertical gaze, something present. Liz made a comment about her feet freezing. I asked her if she'd be willing to try the walk and turn. She stated her feet were freezing, but she would try. I attempted to clear her walking path by kicking large pebbles out of the way. I asked Liz if she wanted to skip the walk and turn. She stated that she did not because she did not want to be, quote, detained. I told her that all the tests were voluntary. Liz opted to try the walk and turn. Liz continued to complain about being cold. I explained the instructions. I observed 6 of 8 clues. Liz lost her balance in the starting position, attempted to start the test early, used her arms for balance, missed heel to toe, stepped off the line, and completed 12 steps in the first instructed 9. Liz continued to complain about being cold. Liz asked if she could put socks on. I asked her if she had some. She stated she did not think she did. Liz asked if I wanted to feel her feet so I could see how cold they were. I
What?
did not.
What? This is getting like almost comical at this point.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
Do
So
you
yeah,
want?
Liz tried to use her womanly charm and asked the cop if she wants to he wants to feel her feet, see how cold they are, in case he had a foot fetish.
But then she's like, I want to put on socks, and he's like, Do you have any? She's like, No.
I know
So
this is ridiculous.
where
And
the
she,
fuck were the socks gonna come from? Did she
yeah,
think he had socks?
she was wearing heels before. Yeah, I don't know. And then okay, so the cop says I did not, aka want to touch her feet. And then he says I explained the instructions. Liz stated she understood. Liz was not able to complete the test in its entirety, but I observed 4 of 4 clues. Liz asked again if she could hold on to me so I could feel her feet. I opted not to do so again. Liz asked for a jacket. I retrieved one from her vehicle and provided to her. So again, let's read that sentence again. Um, let's see. Liz asked again. I'm just reading the sentence again. Liz asked again if she could hold on to me so I could feel her feet, and I opted not to do so again. So again, she was trying to put on the charm of like
She
holding on to the
was
cop and
like,
just having the cop feel her cold feet.
oh, so she was trying to like get out of the ticket by letting the
Yeah.
cop touch her toes.
Yeah.
The
And she was
cop,
being like touchy feely with the cop, probably like holding onto his body for warmth, allegedly.
allegedly, I'm assuming the cop was not impressed or attracted to her, so it did not work because he was like, I did not want to touch her feet. I was not interested at all. So I'm assuming that he was probably, I don't want to say playing for the other team, but he was not feeling what Liz had to offer.
Yeah, he kept it very professional. So okay, goes on to say I advise I'm not sure what PBT is, but I advise the PBT was voluntary. I think that means field sobriety test. Was voluntary and did not replace the evidentiary breath test. Um, I confirmed with Liz that she had not, let's see, I confirmed with Liz that she had not had anything to drink within the last 15 minutes. Liz provided a PBT sample. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe that's like the blood test, but I'm not sure. Anyway, or maybe it's a blood test. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Liz provided a PBT sample of 0.235 at 0139 hours. And I think that's like 3 times the legal limit. 2.235. I asked her who had said her friend was again, and she stated, Eric. I told her she hadn't told me Eric was driving before. She said he wasn't. Okay, last page. Let's see. Okay. Additional info on January 10th, blah, blah, blah. WSP Dispatch advised the wrong way vehicle on I-495. The vehicle was driving northbound in the southbound lanes near milepost 25. The vehicle was then described to be driving and stopped on the left shoulder. Witness described the driver to be a female. I observed the vehicle to be facing northbound on the left shoulder of southbound I-495 near milepost 26. The vehicle was bearing Washington registration. This is kind of regurgitating, but let me just read it anyway. I observed a female to exit the vehicle from the driver's seat. The female was later identified by her Washington state license as Wood Elizabeth. Wood exited her vehicle and walked over to the passenger side. I observed the vehicle's front right tire to be flat. Wood had bloodshot, watery eyes, did not have shoes on, and an odor of alcohol was emanating from her person. I asked Liz how much she had to drink. She stated that she had been started drinking at 8 p.m. and stopped around 12 a.m. She stated she consumed a total of 3 drinks. Liz stated her friend had been driving the vehicle, but there had been picked up by someone else, so she had to drive the vehicle onto the shoulder. I asked her who was driving, which she hesitated and then said Elizabeth, which was her first name. I observed the driver's seat to be really close to the past steering wheel, which would have matched her stature. The vehicle was also registered to Liz. Liz slurred her words as she spoke. I asked Liz if she would be willing to do a voluntary field sobriety test. She stated she would. Liz stated she had been wearing her glasses, but when she was driving, she was not wearing them anymore. Anyway, when she was not driving, she stopped wearing them. Liz stated that she did not have any recent head trauma or anything wrong with her body that would prevent from her walking in a straight line. Blah blah blah. Sorry, this is regurgitating. Liz did not have any shoes on when she performed the filter body test. I observed 6 of 6 clues. I observed 6 of 8 clues. I observed 4 of 4 clues, but Liz was not able to complete the test due to her complaining her feet were freezing. I advised Liz the PBT was voluntary and did not replace the evidentiary breath test. Liz confirmed that she did not have anything to drink within the past 15 minutes. Liz provided a PBT sample of 235, which I think is a blow test. Anyway, based off of my training and experience, I determined that Liz was under the influence. I placed Wood, aka Liz, under arrest of DUI. I read Wood her Miranda warnings, which she stated she understood. Liz was crying, though, out of contact and was adamant that her friend was driving. I asked her who was driving the vehicle, and her answers changed from Eric to someone she had just met and did not know by name. Liz at one point stated her friends had left 45 minutes prior. I arrived at the scene 3 minutes after the first report of her vehicle driving wrong way in the toll lane. I transported Wood to Shauna County Jail, where she was booked for DUI with no priors. Liz provided a blood alcohol samples of 0.213, 0.208, 0.217, and 0.212. And that's the end of the report.
Well, damn. I mean, I'm just really surprised that this went on under the radar because
Mm-hmm.
it was very it was very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that knows where she lived could have put the two and two together. So the fact that she was her own whistleblower is kind of crazy because she brought it up at a bar for some weird reason, and then she kind of leaked her own story because nobody was looking for it because we literally had no idea. So it's weird that she would do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, if people that the people that don't know it, she's like, I'm pretty sure she's like a bartender slash waitress now, so she's still dealing with alcohol in her job.
Well, yeah. Well, how does that work? Like, if you're a bartender and you get a DUI, do they have to like suspend you from work? I never even thought about that. Like, does
That's a good chat GPT question. I don't know.
yeah, 'cause, like if you deal with alcohol, like just
Hmm.
when some people get arrested for drugs, then
Hmm.
they drug test them to make sure that they're not doing drugs no more. So, like, how does that work? Like, if you're a bartender and you get in trouble for drinking and driving, do they like alcohol test you at work? Like, now I'm kind of curious. Is that like something that they do to make sure that you're not like drinking on the job? Like, or is that something people don't care about? Like, I'm confused. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it just plays out like any other occupation, though it is kind of awkward.
I mean, yeah, it's
Though,
awkward.
okay, I am reading like ChatGPT, and obviously it's going to depend on like where you work and stuff, the policies of where you work. But like, so let's see, I'm looking. This is not based on like Liz specifically. But this I'm just reading ChatGPT. It says, many bars and restaurants have zero tolerance policies for DUIs. Employers may see it as a liability issue, especially if alcohol service is involved. Loss of required alcohol service certifications like tips and serve safe alcohol if the court orders treatment or restrictions. Some states allow licensing boards or alcohol authorities to discipline workers connected to alcohol service. Um, as far as like legal consequences, criminal charges such as misdemeanor DUI or felony for repeat offenses or injuries, fines, court costs. That's I think this is speaking in general. Yeah, mandatory. This isn't like specific to a bartender. It's just in terms of general people, like mandatory DUI classes, higher insurance rates, license suspension, fines, court costs, probation, or jail time. So anyway,
Yeah, like you said, it probably varies by where you work and where you live.
hmm
Some employers might not care if you get a DUI, right? If you don't drive a vehicle for them, some employers
hmm
might not look at it as directly job specific or related. So they might look at it as, oh, well, yeah, they got a DUI, but they don't drive a vehicle for us, so I don't care.
hmm
So it could be one of those.
yeah. So anyways, I think so now I guess when we see her hanging out with Big Ed again, I think at this point she's like, fuck it. I might as well hang out with Big Ed again.
Well, yeah, yeah, it's just weird because she leaked her own story that we never would have known if it wasn't
hmm Well,
talk.
yeah, like if she would have kept her mouth shut and not leaked the story, one, two, if like if we were still on good terms and like I known about it, I probably wouldn't have leaked it. So yeah, she's shot herself. Shot herself in both feet.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't have leaked it, but other outlets would have definitely leaked it. There's a lot
Yeah.
of outlets out there who don't care about anyone or anything or anybody.
Mhm.
So it would have got out one way or
Yeah.
another.
True. Yeah, I would have gotten out. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting that you got the story. Given the situation with her, and she used to be a friend of the show, and she
Mhm.
on the show multiple times. So it's kind of interesting that you ended up with the story, and reported it because a year ago, this never would have been a topic of conversation. So isn't it funny how things can change in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, what's weird too is like it's weird how like generally speaking, I think I'm sure everyone will agree, but like how fast time is flying because remember a while ago I was like I forget what reason, but I think I tried to order like a Liz cameo and then for whatever reason she didn't fulfill it. So then I was thinking in my head, I was like, what if I had ordered the Liz cameo like last January and maybe that's why she didn't fulfill it because she's dealing with a lot of shit. And then I went and checked like my emails when I put in the order and I think it was like May of like 2024. And I was like, damn, time really flies because I remember that not being that long ago. I don't know if you recall when I tried to order a Liz cameo.
I do remember because
Yeah.
I remember asking a whole bunch of questions as to why I was trying to figure out why she wouldn't have fulfilled it.
Yeah, I still don't know the full reason, but that was like May of 2024, which shows how crazy fast time is flying.
It is. It is. It's 2026. If you can
Yeah.
wrap your head around that, that's pretty crazy. I'm trying to really wrap my head around the fact that it's 26 years past the year 2000, which is scary because I remember when the year 2000 rolled around because that was our Y2K.
Hmm.
I remember where I was. I remember everything. So it's crazy to think that was almost 30 years ago.
Yeah. So, anyways, thank you, Liz, for the lead story of the week.
Yeah, thanks. You leaked it and we picked it up. You did the
Oh,
whole
and then for the people that don't know, like, and I don't know if it's gonna make like the promotion of the show awkward, but I'm pretty sure like pretty soon TLC is gonna start promoting the next single season of Single Life, which Liz is gonna be on there.
They actually are going to run a promo for it.
Hmm.
Um, if I'm not mistaken, in 1 week.
Now, here's my question on the trailer promo, whatever it is. Do you think they're gonna cut Liz out of the promo? Is the question.
I don't think so. I think
Hmm.
because this story, and I hate to get like this, but this story is old. Even though it's just coming out, it's not a recent story. So they're gonna look at it as, oh, well, this happened over a year ago when we filmed with her. It already had happened. I don't think that they're gonna remove anything. Like the way the Veronica thing is, like this just happened, right? Like
Hmm.
the minute it happened, it was all over. That's a little different. They feel like they have to do damage control when something.
Okay, well, let me ask this. Let's pretend hypothetically, let's say they both happen like whenever the Veronica thing happened. So, which is more of a damaging story, like the assuming they happen at the same time? What's more damaging story, the DUI Liz story or the DV Veronica story?
I mean, I don't want to like put degrees to crime, but a DUI, and I might get crucified for this, a DUI is a petty crime because, a lot of people get DUIs. They don't need.
I don't, I don't, I don't know, man. I feel like there's levels to it. I feel like I'm disagreeing in the sense of like she was 3 times over the legal limit. She was driving the wrong way down a freeway, which is a lot of people die that way. And it's that affects other people. And while she's lucky as fuck that she didn't kill anyone, that's pretty serious. As far as a DV thing, like it was, I don't know, I can't remember if it was a misdemeanor or not. So I feel like that was like a misdemeanor DV versus like a felony one. So I feel like the DUI is probably worse, in my opinion.
See, I don't see it that way. I see beating the living shit out of your spouse as worse.
No, but I don't. She just clocked him in the face once or something.
Well, yeah, she decked him and he grabbed her by the waist. Yeah,
Hmm.
this is why I didn't want to do this degree on crime thing because I mean I don't think any crime is not bad, right? I
Hmm.
just think that a DUI where there's no injuries or deaths or crashes is not as bad as a domestic violence where somebody is hit or bruised. I think that I don't want to talk about it anymore. I feel like
Okay.
I'm digging myself into a
Let's just agree to disagree on
yeah.
that.
I'm feel like I'm digging the hole deeper and I'm gonna fall in at some point. So I don't
Yeah.
want to go any further.
But it is good for podcasts for the host to disagree because then it's more dramatic. But anyway, yeah, people in the chat or people when y'all listen, leave a comment on Spotify and let us know what you think.
Yeah, I would love to hear the opinions of everyone. So yeah, if you're listening live right now, or if you're listening to the playback, go ahead and grab the comment
Mm.
section and what do you think? Do you think a domestic violence situation is worse or I don't want to say better, like not as bad as a DUI driving on the wrong side of the road? Like I want to get everybody's
Mhm.
opinion.
Yeah, and there's the nuance. So you have to know all the details of the DVA, and then you have to know all the details of the DUI because the details are kind of what shapes the story. But anyway, yeah, that's that story.
Yeah. Oh, wait. This Sherry says DUI is worse because she could have killed innocent people. But Sherry, okay, also domestic violence, a lot of people are hurt or killed in domestic situations as well. So, see, that's what I'm saying. I can't really get into deciding because it's like that could be factor. Obviously,
Uh,
a DUI could be you could hit a school bus full of kids. It could be the worst case scenario.
well, the both stories again. I don't know. I don't. Let me say allegedly just to be safe, but assuming Veronica was allegedly drunk, the both stories have a commonality of two alleged alcoholics. So that's the common thread.
Okay, that's true too. Yeah, that's true.
I'm just stating facts. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, I think the real culprit here is alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol is the bad guy in all of the situations. I think that's the real culprit.
Yeah, that's the moral of the story. All right, let's see what else is on the topics list. But I was looking forward to that segment. Um, let's see. Okay. Um, remind me, like, who's the chick, the 90-day chick who like does wrestling as well?
Oh, her name is Paula.
Yeah.
And she's from like season one with Russ and
Yeah, Paola. And then okay, and then I'm gonna ask you another question. I'm trying to remember, is Thais is she on the next like last resort?
yes,
Okay.
Patrick and Thais are definitely on the next season of Last Resort, and they kind of started their diaries to align
Mhm.
with that, where Thais said that Patrick was, I don't want to say forcing her to have sex multiple times a day, but like demanding that they were intimate and it was wearing her out, and
Mhm.
she couldn't really, live because it was all about pleasing him. So yeah, that's their transition into the Last Resort.
Okay, so then it wasn't a coincidence then that like apparently Kara was out in Vegas with Thais and Pat and um who was the wrestling chick again?
Paola.
Paola, yeah. Paola, Thais, Patrick, and Kara and Ray J were all in Vegas hanging out for like New Year's Eve.
But how did Ray J get into the like that was my question. I was like, where who knows Ray J in this circle? Because I was like,
Mhm.
where did that come from?
I'm trying to remember when Kara posted. She did tag some dude. So I think probably like some like douchey promoter guy, like club promoter type dude in Vegas, probably like had the Ray J connection or something and got them in wherever Ray J was hanging out.
Not to sound mean, but is Ray J a connection that you would like to use right now? Because Ray J's kind of like, Ray J's a little cuckoo bananas at the moment. So like, I don't know if
Mhm.
that's a connection that I'll be like, oh guys, I know Ray J. We should totally go hang out with Ray J. I don't know if that's
Mhm.
something that I would call an audible for. I was like, maybe.
Yeah. Did you like the like posts I did about it?
I did. I did. I commented on it. Oh, someone in the chat says, "Who is Ray J?" Okay, so
Oh,
Sherry, there's a guy named Ray J, and if you know about this singer, her name is Brandy. Her name is Brandy Norwood, but she just went by Brandy.
yeah, she had a TV show, right?
Yeah,
Too.
she had the TV show called Moesha, and
Hmm.
her singing career, she just went by Brandy, one word. And if you keep up with news lately, her and Monica did a "The Boy Is Mine" tour that they
Mhm.
just recently wrapped up, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Brandy's little brother is Ray J, and he had a very small career in singing, but had a pretty big career on the show Love and Hip Hop. He's
Well, his biggest claim to fame was the Kim Kardashian sex tape.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You're right. That guy is the guy who was banging her in um in that sex tape.
And the
But
Kim K superstar, yeah.
yeah, the Ray J Kim Superstar tape. But yeah, that's where he came from. He also had some minor acting roles on multiple little sitcoms. But he's like a little crazy, right? Oh, he's also famously known for throwing his girlfriend and mother of his children. I think her name is Precious. Is it Precious or Princess? No, Princess. He threw her in a pool on live TV during an argument. And that became a really big meme as well of him like tossing her into a big pool off of a table. But hopefully, I answered your question of who Ray J is. But as of now, he's been like making comments online saying that he's like one of the best R&B singers in the world, and he's better than Chris Brown, and he's better than Mario, and he's like calling out people, and he's saying that he wants to go note for note with other R&B singers because he's just so great. And you don't even have to go Google the music. I'm just gonna tell you he's not better than Chris Brown. I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's not even close. Okay, it's not even close. So he's definitely
Yeah. Yeah, basically, and like, yeah, he's not like a cool pop culture figure.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he's not somebody like if you had a contact and you were out in Vegas or in Miami, wherever you are, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna call my famous contact so we can hang out. I don't know if he's the person that I would call. Like if I was going through my phone and I'm scrolling through
Mhm.
all my contacts and finger was passing over Ray J, I would keep scrolling until I found somebody else. Right? Like I don't think he would be the person that I'll be like, guys, you want to hang with Ray J? Because everybody in my party will be like, no, we do not. We want to have a good night.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of skeezy and shit. But anyway, um, but yeah, go check my Instagram post because it's funny. I kind of memed it. But yeah, it seems like Cara is not, she doesn't mind like people posting about it. I think she's getting a kick out of it because she has a good sense of humor. So more power to you, Cara.
Yeah, Kara's cool. I like Kara. But yeah, she was partying in Vegas with Ray J and Thais and who else
But,
was
yeah, the point I was gonna make though was like it wasn't a coincidence that it was all new, soon to be last resorters all together in Vegas.
No.
So,
And I don't do you know specifically where they filmed The Last Resort this season? I don't remember if we talked about it.
yeah, it's in Dominican Republic.
Oh, Dominican Republic. So yeah, I wonder why they were in Vegas specifically. Huh.
I think it's just it's a cool place to celebrate New Year's. I guess I don't know.
It is. I will definitely agree with you. It is. And I
I
mean
think is Gina in Vegas or something right now?
Gina is in Vegas right now for the Backstreet Boys tour
Oh yeah.
at the Spear in Las Vegas. The Spear is this amazing venue that they built. I just
Mm,
like walking and looking at it. I'm just in awe of it. So yeah,
true.
Gina got some tickets for that show for $170. They're when she bought them, but now the tickets are like 13 to 1900. So Gina being a resident genius, she always can find things like that.
Mhm. So yeah, that's the whole car thing. Let me see what else is on the topics list. Um, okay, we didn't really talk about the other way, but the only thing that I found interesting on the other way was when they're playing, I guess, cricket, and then Summit's mom smacked the ball and it landed on like Jenny's head, and I thought that was a hilarious video. And then I clipped the video and I put slow motion on it, and then I posted it and it went viral. So that was a pretty funny scene.
Yeah, that was one of the only scenes that I found to be interesting um
Mhm.
on that show. But yeah, it was funny and it did look like it hurt. It did look like it hit her pretty hard. Because some people were like, "Oh, that explains why Jenny was talking funny. She got hit upside the head with a cricket ball." I don't think that was what happened, but that that reference in general made me laugh.
Yeah, I think I don't know if the story is well. First of all, if you haven't seen the video, well, obviously it was on the from the show, but if you haven't seen the slow mo version of the video, I pinned it to my profile, so go check it out and like it. As far as like Jenny, she actually did comment on it though. She said, "quote It didn't hurt. Laugh out loud. I was just doing drama." End quote. So I think Jenny was hamming it up a little bit, apparently.
Oh, that's good. So Ginny was not hurt or injured in the making of that scene. So that's good to know because we do love our Gina or our Ginny around here. So I'm glad to know that it was um it was made up for the camera and she did not lose any what do you call that circulation of blood in the head during that.
Mm. Oh, and then this wasn't on my list, but like on our Patreon, which is patreon.com/90 Day Fiance Fridays, join our member chat. Like I posted some photos of like Lauren in Philippines, of the housing he's in. One thing that was kind of weird was like there's a pot with like residue on it and shit. And then what he told me
Well,
was the reason there's a residue on it, they use like laundry detergent to clean the dishes, so it leaves a residue. So because they don't know any better.
oh, so that pot in that photo, I assume that was the toilet because it was like in the floor.
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying. Oh, no, I think I asked him about it. Let me see what he said exactly about the toilet.
I mean, you might be right. I saw it was a pot, and it was
Mhm.
it was like in the corner on the floor.
I think it's okay. So I asked him. I literally asked him that question. Um, I said, "What's the pot for?" And then apparently it's like a multi-use pot because it's a. He said the pot is for cooking. The pot. He says the pot is for cooking pig slop and washing clothes.
That doesn't sound right. I don't think that you're supposed to cook and eat. What first of all, what the fuck is pig slop? But I don't think you're supposed to cook and eat and wash clothes in the same pot. I'm gonna go ahead and say that those people are probably sick.
Mm.
I
And then he said, I keep telling them that laundry soap is not for dishes because it leaves residue. Um, and then he sent me a photo, but I couldn't save it because it was one of those like disappearing photos. But he sent me a photo of like where he sleeps and it was like his flat, like mat with like a blanket on top of it. And he said that's our flea and bed bug mat with mildew cardboard that protects us from the baby urine. So yeah, he's living his best life in the Philippines.
Yeah, and keep in mind, guys, this was his choice. He could have lived anywhere. He
Mhm.
chose this was what he wanted. That's the scary part. Because he was in the US working and that was not interesting to him. He wanted to go over there to the Philippines and sell pancakes in a country where people don't even like pancakes. So yeah, this was all his scheme and I don't get it. I don't get it at all. A hole in the floor where you use the bathroom is just you lost me there. You don't even have to
Mhm.
walk me through anything else. I'm not going.
True. All right, should we go to the next topic?
Yeah, what else do we got?
Yeah, okay, so then let's give a rest in peace to Julian's dad.
Oh, I saw that. That was sad. So yeah, Julian's dad passed away and he had a very traditional service. I think he was in either the law enforcement or military and he had a really amazing service that we saw and Julian posted a picture and a long heartfelt farewell to his dad. So rest in peace to Julian's dad. That's a sad time for Julian. And, I know Miss Debbie and this man were no longer together, but I heard that, they were very civil. So I know this is going to be a hard time for the whole.
Mm. Yeah, like Julian's caption said on Instagram, it said, we had to say goodbye to dad. He is now resting in the kingdom of heaven and no longer suffering. So yeah, rest in peace to Julian's dad. Julian's a great guy.
Yeah, I like Julian a lot. Julian's a great guy and he's a cop that people don't hate. And I think that's
Mhm.
a lot, right? That's
Yeah.
a
Oh,
lot.
and then the Julian, in my comment section, not related to this post, but he commented on the Liz DUI post, and he was like, "Wow, that police report was very like detailed and like very professionally written. It was like ironclad."
Right? It kind of seemed like it was a script for a scene for a
Yeah.
like it was very, very detailed. That cop, if he wouldn't have became a cop, he could have been a novelist because
Hmm.
it was like he said, airtight. It didn't leave any holes or questions. I didn't have a lot of questions. Did you notice I didn't cut
Hmm.
off in the middle? It was so detailed that before I could get the question out, the cop answered the question,
Hmm.
fucking report. Like it was really good.
Yeah. I hope for Christmas someone got Liz a pair of socks at least. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, because she thought the cop was traveling around with socks because she was like, Can I get some socks in the contest?
She probably was hoping, when you go to like the hospital, they have those like socks with the grip on the bottom or some shit.
Oh, those were called totes in the back in the day. It was the
Mhm.
socks with the rubber stoppers on it so you could walk without busting your ass. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah,
seen those around lately. I guess I
true.
don't buy those anymore.
True. I think I have a pair because last time a loved one was in the hospital, they were like, you want these socks?" I was like, "Sure, why not for free?"
Yeah, free is my favorite price. And a lot of people are like, why is that? I was like, nothing makes me happier than not having to pay for something. And it
Mhm.
doesn't matter your income level, because I don't know if y'all ever been to like the Grammys or, the Met Gala where they give away like gift bags with like $400,000 worth of stuff in it. It doesn't matter how much money you have. Giving something to someone for free is always like the best joy in life. So that's my favorite price. If it don't cost nothing, I'm always interested. Unless I'm at a basketball game and it's one of those stupid t-shirts with the bank on the back, I don't want that. Y'all can keep it.
Mhm. True. Okay. Speaking of free for like Christmas, well, let me back up, but like notoriously Sharp. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, like the Christmas gift that Sharp Entertainment sent out to all the cast members, past and present, was like it was a basically it was like a tote bag that had Sharp Entertainment on it. And then when I think like Tyree might have posted the photo, and I asked him, I was like, "Wow, like you must have got like a huge, tote bag filled with like Christmas gifts inside, with like a huge like gift bag." And then he's like, "No, no, no, the gift was the bag. It was empty when they sent it." And I was like, "Wow, that was your Christmas gift? That's so shitty." So
Well,
that's what Sharp.
that didn't age well because now that you know what they're giving people now, it's even shittier.
Yeah, so now Nikki Exotica posted her 2025 Sharp Entertainment gift, and it was apparently a pop-up card where instead of getting like a nice real gift, you got a card where when it pops up, it's like a cardboard champagne bottle.
So yeah, now is and this is what I like to refer to as a McDonald's Happy Meal box. Remember the
Hmm.
back in the day? You could like pop it out and it would turn into like little cool cutouts when you
Yeah.
were a kid and you were all excited for. So doing a TV show that used to garner over 1 million weekly viewers, now you get a little McDonald's Happy Meal box as your gift. Can you imagine? I guess you don't become $1 million production company by giving people things, right?
Hmm.
I
I
guess,
mean, I would have preferred the actual Happy Meal, but then again, McDonald's is so expensive now, they can't afford that anyway.
yeah, that's like a $14 meal now. Remember when it was like 4.99?
Yeah, I remember the dollar menu.
Oh shit. Okay, so if you remember the dollar menu, I had this conversation with someone recently. Do you remember the Big and Tasty?
I remember the name, yeah.
It was on the dollar menu and it was
Hmm.
massive burger with like a quarter pound patty. You know, with a quarter pounder, it had like a
Yeah.
quarter pound patty, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and ketchup. And
Hmm.
it wasn't like a double cheeseburger bun. It had the sesame seed bun. It was this massive burger for
Yeah.
a dollar. Because I
Like
remember,
my Yeah, I remember that now that you mention it. But like my go-to was the $1 McChicken.
no, that was no, the best deal was the big and
Well,
tasty.
big and tasty, but if you want chicken, the McChicken was the bomb too.
I mean, yeah, I still order the McChicken to this day. There's
Now I'm getting hungry, so
You can never replace the McChicken in my book. It's like it's a one of a kind burger, but it just goes to show back in the day that we could get a quarter pounder size sandwich for $1 and just know that those days are dead and
hmm.
you will never get anything at McDonald's for $1. They don't even give you a drink for $1 anymore. You can't get an apple pie for $1 anymore. Those days were murdered and buried in the backyard with no tombstone. You will never find that again.
Yeah, so don't expect anything. Don't expect a McDonald's gift card or anything from Sharp. But yeah, that's the tea on that.
Yeah, and I would tell them to just keep it. Don't even send me that. Like why would I want a cardboard cutout? And I think the most disturbing part of all of this is Nikki Exotica was so proud of it that she posted
Mhm.
it. I would be humiliated. I wouldn't even post it because I would be scared that people would
Like,
make fun of it.
yeah, like I reposted it to goof on it, but like I wouldn't post it in a non-goofing manner.
Well, no, I wouldn't even post. That's like you get a gift and it's so embarrassing and disgusting you don't post it. That would be that gift. Like it's so not me and so unpersonal and unrealistic to my lifestyle. I wouldn't post it. That would be the gift.
True. Oh, Sherry says she's never tried a Big Mac ever.
How is that possible? That's like the oldest burger on this planet. Like, how do you? I would have to dig into that. Like, how do you just not? Because I'm not, the Big Mac is not my favorite thing on the menu by any means, but
Mhm.
I've had it hundreds of times. Like,
Yeah,
how do you avoid that? That's like saying you've never ordered a fillet of fish. Everybody has. You probably don't like it, but you've had it. Like, how do you just avoid that?
yeah, you got to have the Big Mac to at least try the special sauce. Pause.
Well, yeah, the special sauce, which is a Thousand Island, right?
True.
Thousand Island. But like, yeah, I'm confused at how that even happens. How do you?
Maybe, well, she's in Canada, so in Canada they go to like Tim Hortons and like some other shit.
Is that true? So wait, are there no wait? I love the fillet of fish and maybe chicken. Okay, those are pretty standard, Sherry. But like the Big Mac is it don't get no more standard than the Big Mac. Like,
Well, Sherry, let us know in the chat. Like, what's the most popular burger chain in Canada? So we'll see if we can find out from Sherry live in the chat.
yeah, this is usually Gina's expertise, but Gina has decided to go and be a Backstreet Boy fan tonight, so we can't get our Canada info from Gina
Mhm.
tonight. She's out living her best life, something that she tends to do a lot.
Actually, I could ask, let's see, I could ask, what's it called? Chat GBT real quick.
Oh yeah. I forgot. We don't have to have human interaction anymore. Chat GPT
Uh,
for that. Oh, pineapple season. Oh, White Spot. I used to work at White Spot when tourists are in Vancouver. So it's called White Spot. That's a weird name for a burger place, right?
yeah, that's weird. Okay, so let's see. So I have the answers. Do you want to know like, do you want to know Canadian burger brands, or do you just want to know the most popular chains in Canada, or both?
Well, come and try their burgers. Yeah, let's do both. Let's do both. She's right. We should figure out both. Let's lose some Canada knowledge tonight. Gina would be so proud.
True. Okay, so the biggest slash most popular national burger chains in Canada, obviously McDonald's because they have like 1,400 restaurants in Canada, but that's obvious. A&W Canada, which I guess is like A&W root beer. I've been to those before. A&W, Wendy's, Burger King, and then Harvey's. Harvey's is a Canadian founded chain where you customize your burger and grill it to order, a longtime favorite for many Canadians. So, Sherry, have you had Harvey's? Let us know. Um,
I've had Hardee's.
no, not Hardee's, like Harvey's, like Harvey
Oh,
Weinstein.
Harvey's. I thought you said Hardee's because I love Hardee's.
Yeah. Oh, Sherry says Harvey's is so gross.
Oh, okay. And A&W root beer, that's like a mall brand. I remember
Yeah.
I lived in Ohio in our mall, we had an A&W
Mhm.
beer. I
But you, like if you're ever in Canada, like maybe for Sherry, it's not like a delicacy because you're used to it. But the best donuts, you got to go to like Tim Hortons for the best donuts in Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sherry. Anyway, as far, huh?
I've been to Tim Hortons here in the US and they do have amazing donuts. They also have amazing sandwiches. I don't know if people go in there for the sandwiches, but I went to a Tim Hortons and just ordered regular food and it was pretty good.
Angelica liked that I said, she said, laughing my ass off like Harvey
Oh,
Weinstein. Anyway, that's at least you knew which Harvey, at least you knew I was meaning Harvey, not Hardee's after I said that. But anyway,
I did
um,
not know. I thought we were talking about Hardee's.
okay. And then as far as like Canadian burger brands, Burger Crush, which is popular in Vancouver, the Burgernator, Burger Drops, Olympus Burger, and Rosie's Burgers.
Oh, I don't know any of those. I like that they have their own brands though.
Yeah.
I think it's cool for countries to have their own.
Mhm. Like this is probably a dumb question because at this point I'm sure it's spread to Florida, but you have like a Five Guys down there?
Oh my gosh, yes. And I drove by one literally the other day, and I said to my girlfriend, I was like, I've never eaten at Five Guys. And she was
Mhm.
like, what? And I was like, I've never eaten at Five Guys. And apparently, I'm the last person on the planet that has not eaten at Five Guys. Because every time I say that out loud, people are like, how?
Mhm.
Where do you live? Are you from like China? Like, how have you never eaten Five Guys? And everyone tells me that it's really, really good.
Yeah,
So
like if you order like even if you order like a regular fry, the whole bag will be filled with like French fries. So like a regular fry is like an extra large fries anywhere else. Um, and as far as their burgers, yeah, I mean they're probably greasy, but they're obviously very tasty.
I
But
mean, everyone tells me that it's one of the best burgers and fries you'll ever have, which is crazy because I love well I don't want to get weird, but like my favorite burger is at Denny's, and everyone basically thinks I'm strange because I eat Denny's burgers, but I really do like their burgers. But I'm
mhm,
my next goal
mhm.
is to eat at Five Guys, so I'm not the last person on the planet to have eaten.
Yeah, give us your review afterwards. I don't know if this is a local chain, but tell me if you've ever heard of or been to like Fuddruckers before.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I don't think I've been to it. I
Mhm.
don't think, but I have heard of Fuddruckers.
There was one near me, but then I think it closed down. So I don't know if it like is still open out there in the world. But there used to be a Fuddruckers near me. I think the only thing I liked, or I think the main thing I liked about it is like it was one of those joints where it's like you get a burger and then it has like a fixins bar. So like you get your burger and then you go to the fixins bar and then you pour as much fucking like lettuce or onions or tomatoes or whatever pickles. You basically could like top it how as much as you want. Pause. So you could make a big ass burger like how you want it.
Well, that sounds dangerous. That's
Yeah.
how I order because my eyes are bigger than my stomach, so that's how I end up with too much food. That's why I can't go to an all-you-can-eat buffet. I need boundaries
Mhm.
because I want to have everything on my plate, and my stomach is like, Where's that going?" Because you can't eat any of that. So yeah, I need boundaries. You can't let me make my own or top my own burger. That's where things get out of hand.
True. I don't know how this turned into a food show, but it's good because we were like short on topics.
I mean, I can talk about food all day. As a
Yeah.
former fat boy, like I can talk about food all day. Like that used to be the only thing I was thinking about. So I definitely wait. Or check if they have a Fred Records in Florida. They probably still do. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's check.
And like when you ordered recently DoorDash, like what did you order? What from where did you order food from DoorDash?
Oh, we just ordered ice cream.
Oh, was it melted though?
It was not. It came pretty frozen, and because we wanted to watch Stranger Things and eat ice cream in bed, and that's what we did. So we just ordered like cookie dough ice cream.
Okay, so there's a closed slash former location of Fuddruckers in Central Florida, like Orlando and Fort Myers, but they've shut down over the years. But there are still some open in other areas of Florida, like uh, Pembroke Pines, Doral, Palmetto Bay, Kendall, and Hialeah, whatever the fuck it is.
Okay, yeah, that's the closest one to me, the Pembroke Pines.
Mhm.
And that one is basically in Pompano Beach outside of Fort Lauderdale, which is about 4 hours from me. So there isn't one. Oh, wait, Doral. Yeah, you're right, Doral. None of those are close. Like Doral is even farther from me.
Mhm.
But there are three locations. Yeah, three locations, mostly in the Miami area.
Yep. See, we don't need Gina. We just need ChatGPT now.
Oh, that's no, that's mean. We do need Gina.
And
Gina,
I'm teasing.
great.
I checked if there was any near me. There used to be one like super close to me, and then there's one like there's one near sort of near me in Ashburn, Virginia, which is where the Washington Redskins do their training camp. So yeah, there's one like pseudo near me in Ashburn, and there's one in Virginia Beach.
Oh, okay. Not, I mean, you've got more options than me. I got to get in the car and drive 4 or 5 hours. So you got a little more.
Mm. Oh, okay. Have you been to? I don't know how we're getting into food talk, but why not? Have you ever heard of or been to Uno's Pizzeria?
No,
You've never heard of it either?
I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's like one of those places where it's called Uno's. It's pretty good. Like the pizzas are like circular and small, and they come out in like a small pan pizza. Has anyone ever been to heard of Uno's? So that's a pretty good pizza joint.
I've never heard of it. I'd have to look and see where that is.
We'll have to see if there's a Uno's in Florida.
Let's check. Uno's Pizzeria. Oh, here we go. Let's see. There's actually one 20 minutes from me.
Oh,
Yeah. Uno Pizzeria and Grill.
like let me double check that. Let me just be double check if that's the one I'm talking about
Yeah.
because
Let me know because it's called Uno Pizzeria and Grill. And there's one in
yeah,
Orlando.
yeah, yeah. That's it. That's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I have one.
Okay.
Looking at the photos, it does look good.
I mean, it's not healthy because it's like deep dish pizza, but it's definitely good.
I really like deep dish Chicago deep dish pizza. You can only have one slice. So
Hmm.
I would suggest if you were gonna go there and order for the table, it looks like this little tiny personal.
Yeah, yeah. You get that's what everyone does. You get like the
Yeah,
personal pizza.
that's for everybody. Because I remember the first time I had Chicago deep dish, I was probably a teenager. I went with
Hmm.
my mom and we ordered an entire deep dish pizza for me and my mom, and we each had a slice and we had to toss the rest of it because it was just insanely. It was like it was basically, you know what a birthday cake is, like a round cake, how tall they are. That's how
Hmm.
big the pizza was. It was insane.
True. They have like I don't really drink as much as I used to back in the day, but they have like at least the one in the Uno's that I go to. Like if you order like a margarita, even if it's like a happy hour margarita, if you order like a margarita, it's like the strongest margarita you'll ever have. So
Oh, Captain would love that.
yeah, so there's that. Oh, and then due to our silliness, I just learned that there's going to be a Fuddruckers DC Chinatown location is planned and opening soon, expected March 20th after being closed for years. So there'll be a Fuddruckers in DC.
Oh, they're opening new locations.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Right in Chinatown. Nothing says Chinese food like Fuddruckers. Sarcasm. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and so Pineapple Girl that joined late, you missed the whole Liz DUI segment, which was like the highlight of the show.
Yeah, that was
The
the
lead story, the major story.
story. It was a big deal. And yeah, you have to listen to the playback because there was a lot. You're gonna have to listen to the what do you call it? The details of the story. It's
Hmm.
insane. It's very detailed. It's almost like we were there. We were the arresting officer. Like we had a firsthand like outlook of each step by step of how it went down, and it's kind of comical. I'm not saying that UI is comical, but it was kind of comical how it all went down.
Oh, I will say, I mean, we've talked about it on the podcast a little bit, but in the comments section of my post, I did like somebody, let me see if I can pull it up. But somebody had asked me about like our falling out or something, and then I kind of responded with a little bit of tea or whatever. So let me see if I could like find my own comments. I mean, obviously I know the details, but hold on, let me see if I can find a comment that I wrote. It was a reply comment. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, I found it, I think. Okay, so again, anyway, this is more of like a primer, like not all the details, but there was a commenter, he said in the comments of my post, so y'all should read the comments, I guess. It said, "Whoa, what happened with you and Liz? You guys were tight. You can't turn on her and not tell us what happened." And then my response was, this is like a primer, meaning like it's not that detailed, but I said, my response to her was, to him was, I said, I goofed on her bestie, Jasmine. She went on a text tirade and ended it with, quote, I don't think I want to be involved with you anymore, end quote. And then, and I said, any angry defense of Jasmine is my third rail. I don't care who you are. So that was my response in the comments. So that's a little tea, I guess.
Also, were there people who didn't know what happened?
Yeah, like I never, as obviously we talked about on the podcast, but as far as like on Instagram and like Twitter or whatever, like on Instagram and shit and social media like that, I never really like, I didn't really like go, I never really went into details.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. We definitely went into details on the podcast, and we had like almost like a Knives Out because I remember everybody was really like, um,
Yeah, Gina was going in and everybody was going in.
we found out a lot of personal feelings
Yeah.
about how people felt about Liz, which I guess we didn't really know until we did that podcast. So yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, that's that. But okay, like I think we may be at strip club reviews. I know it's like a short topics list. In my defense, while I'm feeling good right now, like when you have like you know how you have like before you get a cold, you have like a bunch of symptoms, like as if you're not like fully down bad, but you're like, oh, let me start having those like orange packet packet of orange powder drinks. You know what I'm talking about? You saw I was getting like a pre-cold. So anyway, that's why the topics are a little short.
Oh, well, yeah. You said that before, and there wasn't like a whole lot going on this week. I tried to watch Diaries and I fell asleep on it, and then I never
Hmm.
went back to watch it again. So whatever happened on Diaries, I know a lot of people were telling me on Twitter, all of the stories that went on Diaries, and they said it was one of the hardest episodes for them to get through, uh,
Hmm.
period, this time around. I started it, and I think by the time I got to Kenny and Armando,
Hmm.
fell asleep. Like
That's
I,
understandable.
I just that was just I was like, this is charity work, and I feel like I'm not getting paid. Like this is
Yeah.
charity work.
No,
So I took all of it back.
I've given up on I've given up on Diaries. I've quietly given up on like 90 Day UK, like because there's just too many shows. So
Well, I was trying. I really was, Shabooty. I was trying to stay on there and take one for the team just in case anybody had a question about something that was going on. I was like, oh no, no.
mm,
Watch it. It's not like I don't know what's going on because like you said, everything on Diaries it's old. It happened 2 years ago, but I was still trying to at least, stay abreast. I fucking love
mhm.
that word. I wanted to stay abreast of it, but I last night or no, it was Monday night. I tried my hardest. I tried my best. I gave it the old college try, and I woke up like 3 hours later, and I was like, well, I guess I didn't watch Diaries because I fell asleep. Like within the first 15 minutes, I was completely knocked out.
True. And yeah, and the people that listen to this recording on Spotify or Apple, whatever, leave comments. Let us know what your favorite restaurants are. I mean, we'll have to do some more foodie talk in a future episode.
Oh yeah, I can talk about food all day.
I think next time we do that, though, I actually want to have like, I think it would be more fun if I had like a nice meal waiting for me after the podcast. There'll be more, I'll relish it more.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
I was wait, so when you had the ice cream delivered, like it wasn't melted, so was it delivered in like a bag of ice or some shit?
No, it was just in like a Publix bag. It was like two things of ice cream, a thing of ice cream sandwiches, and then like that was in that bag, and then there was like a case of Diet Coke and a case of Coke, and that wasn't in a.
It was like from it was from Publix, the grocery store.
Yeah, like we
Okay.
ordered from the grocery store, and
Hmm.
I want to say within like 30 minutes from ordering, it was at the front door and the ice cream wasn't melted. You know how you pull it out of the freezer just so it's soft enough to eat? That was
Hmm.
soft that it was. It was not melted at all.
What's funny is like one of my best friends this is like years ago, like 10 or 15 years ago, whatever the fuck. I can't keep track of time, but he had like a business trip years ago in like Philippines. And then he was walking around, he was like parading around Philippines like he was like King Tut. So he would like hire women to like come see him in his hotel room. And then he also would like order like I think he ordered like McDonald's dessert to go. So he had like McDonald's like Sunday delivered to his hotel room on a bag of ice and was eating it like he was a king.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, I always wondered how, because I used to want to order like DoorDash, but I would want to get something from the gas station. And I've had a bad experience where I ordered like a fountain drink. And by the time I got it, all the ice had melted and it was watery. So I
Hmm.
always wonder how it's going to end up. But yeah, there was no issues with the ice cream. I have no complaints. I don't know if I should thank the driver themselves or if I should thank like Publix for just having super frozen ice cream. But I also only live like 7 minutes from the Publix, so that also could help.
True. Okay, you ready for strip club reviews?
Yes, I am
Nope.
ready for strip club reviews.
Okay, there aren't that many of them. I think there's like 9 or 10 of them. So, eh,
Whoa, that's it?
yeah, do you want to guess where it is or something?
Yeah, let's guess where it is.
Okay. Well, the name is called Dream Girls.
Dream Girls.
Uh,
I'm gonna say in New York.
no. Okay. Do you want me to give you? I'll try. Should I give clues?
Okay. Yeah, give me a clue.
Okay. It's warm.
Okay. So I'm thinking Texas,
No.
Nevada.
No. Hold on. Okay. I'm purposely not giving. I'm going to give you a random clue, but I'm purposely not giving the most obvious clues. Okay. Here's a random clue. Devin Booker.
Oh, that sounds like a sports clue.
Yeah, but I'm purp
That's not helpful. Um, so, all right. Arizona.
Did somebody in the chat say or something?
No, I Googled it. I knew who
That's so
Devin Booker.
cheating.
I
Yeah,
knew who he
Arizona.
was because I want to say he dated one of the Kardashian chicks
Oh
or
well, he did
chick.
date. He was dating like the hot one. Yeah.
Yeah, so I knew the name, but I also knew he played for a sports team, and there was no way I was ever gonna know who the sports team was.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, that's not gonna be helpful. So I just Googled it.
Yeah. So Arizona. Do you want to guess the city or something?
Well, the only city I know in Arizona is Phoenix.
No, but here's a clue. It's a fort. There's a fort in Arizona. So,
Well, Fort. I only know Fort Wayne, and that's in Indiana. So what's
should I just tell you?
yeah.
I think it's named after a desert. That's a clue. Fort something that's named after a desert. You have any guesses?
The only desert I know is the Sahara.
No. Okay, I should just tell you. Fort Mojave.
I've never heard of that in my entire life. Is that like a popular city? Because I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of Fort Mojave, but I've heard of the desert, Mojave Desert.
Oh, I've
But
never heard of that. I'm not big on geography.
mhm,
A lot of times I don't know where states are until I look at a map. Just because there's some states that I just like I can't place, like Idaho, Iowa, Montana.
mhm.
There's certain states I can't place. I need to see a map or I just don't know where they are.
True. Okay, ready for the reviews?
Yeah, let's go.
Because I know you got to finish the end of Stranger Things. Okay, here's the review from Manic. It says, I have to say, it's been years since I've been back there, and it will be years if I ever go back. There were 4 girls working, and 3 should have never been on stage. There was no sense of who was in charge, and service was horrible. One girl should learn to be nice to the one guy tipping her because the others were not, but yet she shows them kindness and was rude to me. 1 star. Um, okay, next one is from Just Me. It says, this club is the worst club I've ever been to. The customer service is really bad, and they'll do anything to rip you off. I dance there. The management and the owner do not know how to run a club. The girls are awful on drugs, and some might as well stand on the street. Their lack of morals ruins it for us dancers that are trying to make money, and the club takes half of all lap dances you get, and they treat you like you're a piece of trash. They might as well let the girls run the place because that's how it is anyway. To any married women out there, keep your husbands out of that club. 1 star.
Oh. I mean, I typically hear that management doesn't know how to run the club. That's like everyone's favorite thing to say. How do you
Mhm.
run a strip club properly though? Like what's the do's and don'ts of running a strip club? I feel like as long as there's tits in the air, you're probably doing
Mhm.
a good job, right?
I
Like
don't know. You got to keep them in line. The women in line, I'll tell you that.
well, yeah, that's what people keep saying. They're like the women are robbing them or stealing from them or leaving doo-doo stains on their shorts. Like,
Mhm.
how do you properly run a club? Like, is there a class?
You got in the dressing room, in the locker room, you got to have like wet wipes for Gigi dancer, you know.
I mean, but how do you know that? Is there a class or like a master class on how to run a successful strip club? Because I feel like there isn't. I feel like every time
Mm,
someone verifies a review
yeah.
of a club, they're like, they just don't know how to run this club. But who does? Who's the king of running clubs? That's where the master class needs to be recorded.
You think you got to be like a Russian mafia member first and foremost.
That's true. That you've definitely had to have thrown a few bodies into the ocean to get it
Yeah.
right, right?
Yeah. Okay, this is a long review from Toxic. It says, "Thank God the owner has a few good girls like Angelique and Kelly, because with that asshole running the place, I'm surprised it's open. Guess sex really does sell. The owner, a gay Arabian with bald head, screws you over before you even get in the club. They give you a VIP to get in free when you take the shuttle. Then you get there and they inform you that they are not valid, even though the driver just straight out told you that it was to get you on the bus. And then he says he will discount the rate to $20, saying saving you five or 10. Regular cover is 10. We were told there were 12 girls there, yet there were only five. The freaking DJ would not leave us alone. She kept begging us to buy dances, not asking, begging. And if we didn't like the one she was selling, she would trash talk her, then try another. We found a couple of girls to be nothing more than two-bit whores. They were referred to as Dream Ring. We were told there was alcohol. I got there to find alcohol was illegal in full nude in Arizona. I got three-song VIP and it seemed very short. My buddy bought the same, so we timed it. Two songs were cut to 2 minutes, and the third 1 minute and 24 seconds. The shuttle driver was late picking us up by over and an hour late arriving to take us back. Then got all pissy when we refused to tip him. 1 star.
Oh, so Amberlee says two-bit whores in the chat. That is definitely a term that I haven't heard in a really long time. And what's a two-bit whore versus a four-bit whore? What's a bit? Like, you measure whoreness in bits?
I
Like,
think it's. Let me ask ChatGPT if they know. Hold on.
because I'm curious. It's like, what if there were five-bit whores? Like, does the quality go up by how many bits of a whore you are? Like, now I'm curious.
True. Let's check. A two-bit whore is an old, insulting slang phrase. It is vulgar and demeaning. What it means. Two-bit means very cheap or worth almost nothing. Whore is used here as an insult rather than a literal job description. Put together, it means someone viewed as cheap, low value, or morally contemptible, especially someone seen as selling themselves or the principles for very little. Origin: a bit was a unit of money in the 1800s United States. 2 bits equals 25 cents. Calling someone 2 bits suggested that they were petty, insignificant, or trashy. The phrase became popular in the early 20th century American slang.
Oh, bits were currency.
So you learn something new on every episode of 90 Day Fiance Friends.
Yeah, I have definitely learned something new because I've always wondered that. I was like, well, what makes them a two-bit whore versus like a three-bit whore or a four-bit whore? So now
Mm,
I get it.
true. See, you're expanding your everyone's all the listeners are expanding their knowledge horizons.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't think that you're coming here just for the laughs. We're teaching you shit. We're teaching
true.
you new stuff.
True. Okay, here's a one sentence 1 star review from Todd Evans. It says, "The drugs and whoring are real bad in this place." 1 star.
Oh, that's it. Just the
Mhm.
drug and the whoring.
Yep, and this one's from Bart. It says, "Fucking bullshit. $20 to get in and mandatory $50 lap dances. That is unheard of." 1 star. I didn't know the lap dances were mandatory.
I didn't either. I thought that that was something you decided to purchase, as a
Hmm.
like when you go to Best Buy and you buy a TV, you could decide if you want to buy the extended service plan or not. I thought that the lap dances were, an add-on that you could add on later.
Hmm. Okay, this is from Bob. It says, I got a lap dance and saw that Sammy has her herp look at her skin. Be careful. Most of the girls are junkies and take money for tricks." 1 star.
Oh,
So allegedly a herpes look on her skin.
okay. I mean, that's a little scary. Not herpes.
Mhm. True. Okay. This is from James. It says, "Do not go to this place. It sucked donkey balls. The girls were ugly as fuck and could not dance for shit. It was Friday night, and the best they could muster in this hick town was an ass full of cottage cheese and a girl that looked like Rocky Dennis. Save your money and run one out. The inside of the place was falling apart and the cover charge was ridiculous. $20 to get into a dump? What a waste.
Not Rocky Dennis. Not Rocky Dennis. Jesus.
I thought I was gonna say Rocky Balboa or something.
I'm trying to find a Rocky Dennis meme for the chat right now, and please let me.
Oh, okay. I just Googled it. Oh
Did you
God.
find one? I'm looking.
That's fucked up.
Wait, did you not know what Rocky
Like
Dennis?
I knew the face, but I didn't know the name or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hilarious.
True. Anyways, yeah, that's vicious. Okay. Ready for the next one?
Yeah,
Okay. We're down to two. Let's see.
that was fast.
Yeah, Gina didn't go all out because she wasn't with us. Anyway, this is from John. It says, let me say allegedly, prostitution is all over the place and the drugs are very bad. If you've been there, get yourself tested. 1 star.
Oh, get yourself tested. But I mean, you wouldn't really need to get tested unless you were actually sleeping with somebody in the club, right? You don't got to get tested just because you were there.
True, unless you get the herpes rubbed all over you or something.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a not sexually transmitted disease. You just got to touch it. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, last review is from Nick Pales. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, it says, I got a dance from a girl named Ivy. And the smell coming off her was as if she just came from a fishing was from a fishing boat. I had to stop the dance and let her keep the money. I was too embarrassed to tell the poor girl. 1 star.
Wait.
You want to read it again?
Yeah, one more time. Run it back.
Okay, I got a dance from a girl named Ivy, and the smell coming off her was as if she just came from a fishing boat. I had to stop the dance and let her keep the money. I was too embarrassed to tell the poor girl. 1 star.
Jesus. So he just was like, keep the $50.
Mm,
Just get it away from me. I keep
yeah.
but he didn't want to embarrass her. So yeah, I understand. You don't how do you tell a girl that she smells like a fishing boat? Not fish, not the ocean, but the whole fucking boat. Like how's a nice way of saying that? I don't really know.
I don't know,
Am-
but
Amberlee was like, I'll pay you to stop. I love it. I freaking
I think the way is I guess you put your I don't know if it's like a contact or not, but you put your nose in between her tits and smash her boobs on your nose on your nostrils so you don't smell her.
Oh, that works. Yeah. Kind of like how
True.
people take nasty medicine. You just kind of clench your nose closed and swallow it. That's kind of how you got to do it.
True. So yeah, those are our strip club reviews. Those are our topics. I know it's a light show, but I'm gonna try to get to bed sooner than I normally would so I could fight off a potential cold.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Don't get sick. It's cold out here. It's the season to get sick, so do whatever you can to not get sick because I get sick really, really bad once a year, like to where I can't
Mm,
get out of bed and I'm completely immobile. And I
mm,
keep it just that once a year. I can't.
yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like I only get sick like once a year, and then when I do, I'm all fucked up for a day or two. But hopefully this will be minor. We'll see. But I think that concludes another episode. And yeah, if you missed it, go back and catch the list stuff because we went through all the details. And it had yeah, that was the main story of the week.
Yeah, that was the main breaking story. And it's funny because we had already talked about how, oh, nobody will be talking about the Veronica thing when the next thing comes up. This is the next thing, guys.
Yeah,
This is
so Veronica, be sure to send Liz a champagne pop-up card.
yeah, she took the torch from you and now she's getting dragged. So yeah, make sure she gets her little cardboard cutout McDonald's Happy Meal box. So because she took the spotlight off of you. Now you can go back to doing whatever the hell you've been doing.
Yeah, and we'll have to see when the Single Life promo drops if they edit out. I'm just talking about the promo. If they edit out Liz out of the promo or not.
I mean, maybe that they don't want that to be the first thing people think of when they see the promo. It could be, but I don't think they'll edit her out of the season. I really don't.
Okay, no, I meant to ask you real quick. Do you think like production was aware of her arrest though?
I'm pretty sure when you sign on to do a show, they do a current background check, meaning
Hmm.
they check for anything new and they do social media background check, entertainment background check. I think there's even one called a reality television background check. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that they did know. As long as
Hmm.
he was convicted and it was on her record, they were aware. Um,
Hmm.
there you can't really hide anything from the TV production. They can find anything unless it's been expunged or sealed. They can find it, and even sometimes being they can still find it even if you got it as sealed. So I think that they were aware, and I think it helped that no one was talking about it or it wasn't a big story.
Hmm.
I think that that helps. Sometimes if they look up something and it's all over the internet, they are like, ugh, that's gonna be a negative, thing for the show. But depending on, like we were talking about before, depending on what it is, some crimes are funner than others. And I know that doesn't sound good, but some crimes are funner than others. So sometimes I think that they find out that someone did something and they're like, ooh, this will be a fun little topic of discussion during the season.
Hmm.
And they let it slide.
Yeah, true. Well, we'll see. It's good. I think you said the promo is going to come out very soon. The single life promo.
I heard next week.
Yeah, that's exclusive tea from George. So
Yeah,
yeah, look for that, and I think it takes place in Dominican Republic. So yeah, that should be interesting.
it should be very interesting. I'm excited, and I'm excited because someone is on the show that's close to me. So
Mhm.
and we're talking about the single life. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
True. All right, should I do my outro? And thank you, Angelica.
Oh yeah, Angelica. She said feel better. Yeah, that's it, guys. We're gonna do our outro. Thanks for joining us. We love y'all. Happy New Year's.
True. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, happy New Year. Hope your New Year was good. That's about it. So I'm gonna do my outro, which and we look forward to having Gina back next week. And I guess I'll do my outro now, which is thank you everybody for listening to 90 Fiance Fridays on a
On a Friday. Thanks, guys. Have a good New Year.
peace out, everybody.
All right, everybody.